Peace, greetings all. I wanted to come in and let you know of a home remedy that I use for this care. I cut my hand with a, I can't say a pen knife, it's like a, what kind of knife is it? It was like a tool knife, and maybe I'll show you a picture of that. But yes, I cut my hand. It was quite, I can't say how deep it is because I really can't tell through my hands like this, but it was gushing with blood, and it's been a week now and it's all healed up. And I thought this is a great remedy to share because, I mean, yeah, so what I did was I put honey on it due to its antifor. First of all, after I I cut myself and all the gushing of the blood, I was pissed. I was upset. I was like, why me? Well, of course, you know, things like that happen, so I had to just get over it. And what first thing I did is rinse my hands, so try to get some of the blood off. And the next step was I added honey due to its antibacterial, antimicrobial properties. So it's when you get cuts and wounds, it's very important not to allow any bacteria in it. Otherwise, it can be worse off. And I'm not one to run off to the hospital. Most people say if you get cut and a graze and stuff like that, you have to go run into the hospital. I'm not that kind of way inclined. I am a natural health practitioner, so you know, I get my remedies and I DIY. So what I did again was first honey, I smeared it over, and also I used coconut. Coconut, you know, is a cure-all for a lot of things. So coconut oil, which I also put a spread over it. And thereafter, there was coconut, coconut oil and honey. Then I wrapped it with a, the other thing I used was I opened up a piece of aloe vera. I opened up where the gel is, and so it was a plant. It was a part of the plant. So I decided to have a plant in the house, and opened it up and put it against the cut. And I wrapped it up with a cotton cloth and went to sleep that night. It was quite late in the night. It was last week Thursday. It's now Friday of the next week. So thereafter, I rose, and the pain was a bit, I could definitely feel the pain more in the morning than in the night. So then I retraced my steps, and I kind of did a meditation on trying to get the pain away by use of crystals. And crystals, you know, again, like all the other ingredients I use are like a cure-all. They do wonders for many things. They have many properties and can be used for many issues and situations. So what I did is I retraced my steps. I went through the process again. I decided, how it happened. I've tried to recall the event, and without hurting myself again, of course. So I stood in the same space I was. I had the same tools and materials, and I went through the motions, basically, without actually going through the motions, if that makes sense. I mentally went through it, but not physically, okay? Thereafter, I picked up my black tourmaline, which is very good for pain, and rose quartz, which again is very good for pain. It specifically works very well for heart pain, but also any kind of pain. But black tourmaline specifically, is very good for pain, physical pain. And thereafter, I got my crystal quartz. And crystal quartz, you know, is I call it the mighty amplifier. So anything that you have going on, it will amplify. So whether it be, in my case, as I'm trying to get rid of the pain, if I put the rose quartz and the black tourmaline together with the clear quartz, I know it will amplify its power. So I did that, wrapped it. By this time, but in the morning, I had taken off the wrap because I didn't want to, let it. I needed to let the wound heal and breathe, basically. So by doing so, I let the air kind of hit it, and let the natural elements around kind of cure it as well. In the evening, I say late afternoon, that's when I put the crystals in hand, and then I wrapped it back up with the crystals. And the next day I was pain-free, because I was like, by day 3 I was feeling much better. But then what I failed to do, I feel, is I think I could have kept the crystal on again. Maybe not for the whole day, but at least for another day. Because after day 3, I kind of felt a little tinge of pain just around the cut area. Yeah, so there was a little bit of pain around the area, but not in a sense where it was, excruciating. And it was definitely at this point, it was already closing up. The wound was already closing up, and I'll try to get a picture, but it's basically sealed with a little bit of hanging skin. You know how that goes when the skin's trying to, form itself back together, but there's a little bit that's still kind of out. But yeah, so that was the remedy. It's been very, very, I don't know, I haven't really cut myself like this as an adult for a long time and using my own remedies, but I couldn't tell you how long it should take to heal. I guess that depends on your hemoglobin as well, how well your blood clots. But for me, it worked very well. Again, it was the honey for its antiseptic properties, the coconut oil for its cure-all properties. It has all the good stuff that we need in there as well. And the aloe vera for its wounding properties, good for healing wounds in general. And again, the clear quartz, the rose quartz, and the black tourmaline. So yes, we're just here by the pond right now, early morning, just taking in nature. We've got people riding and biking. I got my little ones here, just taking it all in. And yes, I bid you good days. Peace. I hope it works out for you one of these days too, if need be. Hopefully you won't get that kind of issue going, but if you happen to be nearby somebody that does have any issues like that, then you can help them out in the same way. So give thanks.